What is up, Cleveland Dawg Pound family? You won't believe the absolute madness brewing inside the facility right now because everything we thought about our quarterback room is being turned upside down today. This is the kind of explosive update that defines a whole season, so you need to buckle up for this one. Before we dive into the wild admission from our new coach that has everyone talking in the 216, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Don't miss any of the latest Cleveland Browns news, because we are building a dynasty. Deshaun Watson is at the center of a storm as Todd Monken just made a wild admission about how he views the quarterback room heading into this season. Our new head coach finally spoke out during the AFC Coaches Breakfast, and what he said about the veteran passer is sending shockwaves through the entire NFL community right now. Monken admitted that he actually hasn't watched much past film of his supposed star quarterback yet. When asked why he hasn't drilled down into the prior tape as he prepares to divide up those crucial spring reps, Monken was brutally honest about his process. He mentioned that while he has seen some crossover tape from his days in Baltimore, he hasn't spent time analyzing the recent struggles or specific performances from the past 2 years in Cleveland. He even went as far as saying that watching the season opener against Dallas from 2 years ago is absolutely not great film to judge what the current situation looks like. This is huge because it suggests a completely fresh start where nobody's job is safe, and no past reputation will carry weight in this building anymore. Monken is focused on what is happening right now in front of his eyes rather than what happened in the past. This revelation comes at a time when the Browns are officially opening the door for a massive battle for the starting job this summer. While everyone expected the veteran to lead the way, Monken is already praising other guys in the room like Dillon Gabriel, who had a rookie year that left very little to be desired. The coach is looking for high-level execution, and if he isn't watching the old tape, it means he is evaluating every single throw from scratch starting April 7th. But here is the real kicker that has the local media buzzing today. Even with all this uncertainty, and the coach looking for a fresh perspective, the pressure from the front office is reaching an all-time high. General Manager Andrew Berry is already hosting pre-draft visits with big names like Ty Simpson, and he explicitly stated it is entirely realistic for a newcomer to come in and compete for that #1 spot immediately. Tennusta Frasil, Tel Dels, Kardenbifes. And he comes arriving Catfordis. It a non-produced captive. It immediate listed yet. Remodel immediately. The locker room is about to become a pressure cooker, and the veteran's status as the face of the franchise is being questioned like never before. Why would the coach ignore the past unless he already knows a change is coming? Shedeur Sanders is the name that is truly haunting the dreams of every other quarterback in Cleveland right now, because his presence in the facility is changing the entire vibe of this offseason. While the veterans are trying to find their footing, our coach Monken made a massive point of noting that this young star has been at the team facilities working his tail off since the very early stages of the offseason. This is the context you need to understand the true depth of the situation. While some players might be away, Sanders is right there in the building making his case for the starting role every single day. The history here is complicated because we all know the trade for the veteran was supposed to be a home run, but even owner Jimmy Haslam is now admitting it looked more like a swing and miss last year. This has created a vacuum where a young, hungry player can step in and take over. Monken mentioned that while others are absent, Sanders is showing the kind of dedication that coaches crave. This isn't just about talent anymore, it is about who wants it more and who is showing up when the cameras aren't rolling. The tension is palpable because the Browns have invested so much in the past, but the future is looking increasingly like it might belong to the kid from Colorado. This dynamic is shifting how the coaching staff views the roster construction, and it is clear that Monken is looking for a spark that hasn't been there in recent years. The fact that the rookie Dillon Gabriel is also in the mix makes this the most crowded and competitive room we have seen in decades in Cleveland. The fans are divided and the pressure is mounting on every single snap during these early workouts. If the veteran can't prove he is the guy, then the door is wide open for the young guns to seize the throne. This isn't just a camp battle, it is a fight for the soul of the franchise, and the front office is watching every move with a microscope. The era of guaranteed spots is officially dead in the 216, and the young talent is smelling blood in the water. The numbers behind this decision are absolutely staggering, and they reveal exactly why the Browns are so hesitant to commit to one guy right now. When you look at the investment made, it is clear that the front office feels the weight of that massive contract which Haslam called a swing and miss. We are talking about a franchise-altering amount of money and draft capital that hasn't yielded the results everyone in Cleveland was promised. Meanwhile, you look at the stats from someone like Dillon Gabriel, who is coming off a solid rookie campaign, and the contrast is impossible to ignore. Monken is a guy who lives and breathes efficiency, and the crossover tape he mentioned shows a clear decline in pocket presence over the last 24 months. Now we have the draft prospects entering the mix with Alabama's Ty Simpson scheduled for a top 30 visit. This means the Browns are looking at the possibility of a three-way or even four-way battle for the starting job. If they draft a guy like Simpson or lean into the youth of Sanders, it could mean a complete reset for the offensive scheme. Scenario 1 is the veteran finds his old form, and Monken's fresh eyes actually help him rebuild his confidence without the baggage of past mistakes. Scenario 2 involves the coach getting frustrated with the lack of progress and handing the keys to a younger, more mobile player who fits his modern system better. This would likely mean the end of the current era and a massive dead cap hit for the team. Scenario 3 is the most explosive, where the Browns trade up or use their current capital to bring in another rookie to compete from day one. Barry's admission that it is entirely realistic for a newcomer to start is a massive red flag for the current depth chart. The analytics show that teams with cheaper rookie contracts at the quarterback position have a much higher probability of building a complete roster elsewhere. The Dawg Pound is looking at a summer where every practice highlight will be dissected to see who has the upper hand. The stats don't lie, and the production hasn't been there when it mattered most. We are looking at a potential total overhaul of the most important position on the field, and the ripple effects will be felt throughout the entire AFC North. This is the ultimate high-stakes gamble for the Browns, and every scenario leads to a massive shift in how we play football next year. Listen closely, because this is the real insider truth on what is going down in Cleveland. Monken saying he hasn't watched the old tape isn't just a coaching preference, it is a strategic move to distance himself from the failures of the previous regime. He wants to evaluate this roster with a clean slate, which is honestly the smartest thing any new coach could do here. The fact that Jimmy Haslam is calling his own past moves a swing, and Miss tells you everything you need to know about the current level of patience in the owner's suite. It is gone. There is zero room for error this season. I believe we are seeing the groundwork being laid for a massive change. If the veteran doesn't come out and absolutely dominate from the first day of workouts on April 7th, Monken won't hesitate to pull the trigger on a younger guy like Shedeur Sanders or even a draft pick. The Browns are tired of waiting for the potential to turn into points. This is a dynasty-building moment where tough decisions have to be made for the greater good of the team. My gut tells me that the quarterback battle is way more wide open than anyone is reporting nationally. The vibes in Cleveland right now are all about accountability, and the new coach is setting a standard where past highlights don't get you on the field. It is a bold new era for the Browns, and it is about time we stopped living in the past and started focusing on winning now. It is a wild time to be a Browns fan, and this quarterback situation is only going to get crazier as we get closer to the draft and those April workouts. The stakes have never been higher for the future of our franchise in Cleveland. We need to know where you stand on this massive debate. Do you think the veteran deserves one last shot to prove he is the home run Haslam wants, or is it time to hand the keys to the young stars like Sanders and Gabriel to lead us into a new era? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because the Dawg Pound needs to be heard today. Your passion is what makes this team great, and we love seeing the debate heat up. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay ahead of every single breaking update regarding the Cleveland Browns, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button right now and join our community of die-hard fans. Smash that like button to show your support, and make sure you share this with every Browns fan you know. We are on this journey together, and the news never stops. Stay tuned, and as always, go Browns.